This morning, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau announced that he is resigning as Prime Minister and leader of the Liberal Party as soon as the party selects a new leader.
Over the holidays, I've also had a chance to reflect and have had long talks with my family about our future. Throughout the course of my career, any success I have personally achieved has been because of their support and with their encouragement. So last night over dinner, I told my kids about the decision that I'm sharing with you today. I intend to resign as party leader, as Prime Minister, after the party selects its next leader through a robust, nationwide, competitive process. Last night, I asked the President of the Liberal Party to begin that process. This country deserves a real choice in the next election, and it has become clear to me that if I'm having to fight internal battles, I cannot be the best option in that election.
Liberal strategist Andrew Perez joined us to explain what happens next.
So the Prime Minister has resigned and he's prorogued Parliament till March 24th. So Parliament will not sit for the next 2.5 months. Right now, there's a great deal of power in the hands of the National Board, the National Executive of the Federal Liberal Party. It will be meeting in the coming hours and days, and it will need to set out what are the rules for this Liberal leadership race related to fundraising, limits, how long will the race be. Right now, we're expecting at least 6 or 7 what I would call strong candidates. 2 from outside the government, former BC Premier Christy Clark and Mark Carney, the former governor of the Bank of Canada in England, as well as several current members of the cabinet, Anita Anand, Francois-Philippe Champagne, possibly Dominique LeBlanc, Melanie Joly, and also Chrystia Freeland, who recently resigned from cabinet. And so I think it will be a robust race. I expect that the race will conclude prior to March 24th, when Parliament comes back. The Liberal Party constitution says that a race should be no less than 3 months, but I think there is a provision that would allow it to be expedited. At the end of the day, Parliament will resume at the end of March. Because prorogation means that all the legislation before Parliament dies, the new government, the new Prime Minister, will put out a throne speech, which will lay out the new legislative agenda of the government. And then we will have to see what happens. If you had asked me a couple of days ago, I would have said that the new government will be a dead man walking. But it remains to be seen if Jagmeet Singh may entertain once again collaborating with this government. At the end of the day, it will be a new prime minister. That new prime minister may have some political capital. The NDP may not be ready financially to pull the plug. They may not have their candidates lined up. And so while I think you're hearing a lot of commentary now predicting probably an early April election, I wouldn't take that to the bank. I think we'll have to see what happens with this leadership race, who ultimately wins, who becomes prime minister, and how they are able to negotiate with the opposition parties. I think there still is a possibility that this government could survive until the fall, when we were originally expecting a fixed election date.